who really are the ones who should be informed about what's going on in there.
Well,
because the question isn't whether or not he's selling us out to the Russians. The question is how and for how cheap is he selling us out to the Russians?
Yeah.
And that's what I meant about the electronics, actually. Yeah, I wish we could take his phone away so he couldn't tweet. But that he can't, emails, phone calls. I mean, he can't correspond with Putin in any other way except if he goes behind a closed door and keeps everyone out, right?
Yeah, I mean, but he talked about Hillary and her emails, and this dude is out over the wire with why hasn't, Twitter and all these guys shut this dude down? Well, one, because I know they're making a shitload of money by him being on there. Well, that's no different when they've had
that's it. Although in corporate language, it's because he is an important world figure, we do not feel it would be appropriate to suspend his account for breaking all the rest of our terms of service.
Well, they didn't suspend the terrorist accounts either. I mean, how can a terrorist sit back and tweet? They had guys in Afghanistan saying, yeah, bro, we're thinking about blowing up over there. We're going to take their asses here. Yeah, and bring some more opium in and everything. What? This is on there? Yeah. And they're showing beheadings. This is on Twitter. Mm-hmm. YouTube has beheadings. Why do these guys have accounts? Who's giving these to? Well, we don't.
Yeah, I mean, that should be premium paid content.
Yes, it should. Yeah. Well, speaking
Leave
of
no
them,
dollar on the table. What kind of Republican conservatives are these?
Yeah, it's like when the guy says, they need democracy over in Afghanistan. Look, if a dude is used to wiping his ass with leaves, leave him alone. Democracy is not going to help him. If he's been in the cave all these years, and now all of a sudden you think he's primitive, and no, we need to go over and fix him. No, you just want to find a way to get his oil and to get the opium.
But that's one of the things that I love about the eternal optimism of the Republican Party is throughout their quest over the last 30 years to bring democracy to the Middle East. Every country that we have brought democracy to has voted for the people that hate us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up. It's like, it was bad enough during, the Vietnam era and, really since then that we've seen American weapons in the hands of terrorists, be it, the Taliban in Afghanistan or ISIS in Iraq. They all have American armaments, which if you wonder, among the many other debacles this week was Trump falsely saying that he convinced the rest of the NATO countries to up their military spending to 4% of GDP when actually they just said up yours. But, he gets out there and he lies about it. But of course he wants them to raise their military spending because where are they buying most of their armaments from? Ultimately American companies,
right.
That manufacture the weapons. Yeah, you got your AKs and your Uzis, that those are always going to be popular. But the AR-15, hey, that's American manufacturing, and if they're good enough for our schools, they're good enough for your battlefields.
That's right. Yeah, as you continue to screw over your people. They have nothing. I mean, but the weapons industry is gangbusters. I mean, if you're a cynical investor, this is the time to invest in the armaments companies, the prison industry with the whole thing of capturing folks who are seeking asylum. That has been just a boon to the prison industry. Well, they asked the guy, the head of the Federal Reserve. The guy from NPR's Money Marketplace.
Kai Ryssdal, yeah.
Yeah. And he asked him, so how are we going to, he said, you got business going well? Yeah. Things going up? Yeah. How come pay isn't going up? Don't know why that is.
Well, Trump said that we pay our workers too much.
Yeah. Which explains why he has to ship in foreigners to work at Mar-a-Lago for the summer.
I mean, For Bezos to say...
Bezos.
I can never get that.
I know. But I always know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Some guy with a B. $100 billion. You can only pay people $12.20 an hour?
It's absolutely ridiculous.
You have $100 billion, and you can only pay someone $12.20 an hour. Then they said, well, hey, it's going rate. Interest rates are low. Houses are $700. They're so inflated. $700,000 homes to live in here. $117,000 will not. You cannot survive in San Francisco on $117,000.
Rent in the major markets.
You're done.
Talk about real estate prices. Most people can't afford to buy a house, and it's getting to the point where, in a lot of markets, you can't afford to rent either.
Well, I mean, the interest rate is low, yeah, but you can't, the price is too high. So we have to, what are you going to do? You have to get in. If the interest rates go up, then the prices will come down. But a person making 70, it used to be a person making 50, 60, 70 grand a year could actually buy a nice, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom home. Build your equity up in it, and you'd be doing pretty good.
They don't want you to be able to buy your own home. They want you to be able to. They want you to be able to barely afford enough rent to where you have to stay in their slumlord hotel.
Right.
And
then they say, well, this is really. I know it hasn't been on our track, but you notice that young people are attacking homeless people. Mm-hmm. These guys are pouring hot boiling water and stuff.
Why?
Just for the fuck of it. Just anything to do. Look, damn homeless, damn. And I said to a friend of mine, I said, man, they didn't just get that way. Okay? They either something happened, whether it was financial, most of it probably was financial, some type of bad decision. But a lot of those people, like if their houses burned down, they didn't have enough insurance.
Maybe they're a veteran and they've got PTSD.
PTSD, yeah. I mean, this just didn't happen. I said, you better be lucky that you are able to make it, because right now you really better have a good survival game, or you're screwed in our society today. You really, and the way Trump is going, the coal people are going to be pissed off. The people who Trump is screwing those guys. I mean, their jobs are. Whatever he's telling them,
he's not just making false promises about their jobs. He's also poisoning their drinking water. So there you go. there is that.
Is Michigan fixed yet? Michigan?
No, Michigan's still not fixed.
Yeah, I think that now Elon Musk says he can do it. The good old Eli. Yeah, Eli said he can go in there and fix it.
I will say that I wish that springing children who are being held in cages, whereas or providing clean drinking water to children in Michigan was as sexy as getting them out of a cave.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all came together on that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, but I think that's the thing about, saving cave children in a foreign land is you don't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. It's pure spectator sport with, the heart-wrenching human interest angle, of course. Yeah. But, to engage our own politicians to fix problems like getting children out of cages, like getting clean drinking water in Flint, like doing something about the homeless problem, like doing something about gun violence in America. These are things that we would actually have to do something about, and we are not a doing economy. We are a feeling economy.
And whoever our next president is, Kamala Harris, please, should be like, all right, we've got a gun problem. I'm inviting the Prime Minister of Australia over and their whole team so that they can inform us on what they did and how they implemented it. We've got a healthcare problem. I'm inviting all of my friends over from Norway and Sweden, where they have universal healthcare, to help guide us on how we're going to fix that problem.
That crazy ass white boy ain't going to let you do that.
They
I'm telling you, that crazy white cat is fear. They're going to sell the fear. That's going to be the biggest battle in the world to get that. I'll let you take this gun out of my hands. I won't, that same old stuff. Yeah. I'm with you that would be great.
It'd be great.
Because it's humanity. But our country has not been about humanity. It never has. We've always had to do that. That's like a side gig.
Right.
It's not the main gig. It's the side gig.
We're capitalistic.
It comes down to priorities, because I think about my own life, and I am a gun owner. But if they were to, pull everyone's guns, which, I don't think it was the greatest idea, but it's working for Australia for the most part. So, you can't
have a buyback
fight success.
Program. Go get yourself some tacos.
Yeah. But my thing is, I do believe in freedom, and I think if you can prove that you're responsible enough to own firearms, by, I've had them for a few years, haven't killed anyone yet, including myself, so success story. But if they were to say, we are revoking gun rights and we are going to if you don't turn them in, we're going to start shooting gun owners in the street. I'm a much bigger fan of irony than I am a proponent of gun rights. So I would have to get behind that. But
you know what?
Shoot the gun owners in the streets, because Alanis Morissette hasn't had a hit song in a while. and I think, irony part 2. It's
I don't think that, but see now, the brothers are getting shot and they don't have any guns.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't help. Who's this for? I mean, the biggest and the scariest person is this white militia fear. I mean, they're already calling the police on black folks for selling water outside, and a 10-year-old selling water. Oh, that's wrong. Where's your
permit? Also mowing lawns, canvassing for political candidates, canvassing while you are a political office holder, while you're an incumbent.
Right. I mean, home of the brave. This whole patriotic. It's bullshit. I mean, it's just a fucking slogan. Over the years, I've tried to buy into it, but it's a slogan. It's like the American dream. It's all. Who's it for? Is it real? I mean, is it for everybody? You say it is, but it's maybe it's the way you think. I don't think it's something, this is how you choose to examine yourself and your life and your group of friends, that they may be the only ones that believe in that and have that among themselves. But it's not I don't think it's a thing that we really push, because if it was, we wouldn't have the issues that we have. These things wouldn't be going on, and people wouldn't be hyped up with it there.
Well, maybe now that we're hitting rock bottom and being completely destroyed, we can be like the bionic woman or man, and rebuild ourselves better. Mm-hmm. And figure out what it is that we really want to stand for, and do that. We don't have to get rid of all guns, but we should have to take a test. And you need to have people come over and show you how to safely store your weapon.
Right.
Well, treat them, let's start. We seem to have a pretty good model working with cars. So let's start with the car model. You have to take a test, written and skills based.
Right.
And insurance, gun insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes off. They get paid. Their family members get paid.
Right. I mean, because still, even though people in cars, what's added to that? Drinking. And so you have folks that turn around and drive on the wrong side of the street, and because we say, okay, they got insurance for the cars, and we told them what to do with the cars, but then they say, oh, I'm going to add in some drugs, and I'm going to add in some booze, and I'm speeding now. And now you're just, you're as bad as an AK-47. You're out here.
That's the thing, is you're never going to get rid of, all
humans.
crime.
No, you're not.
It's part of human nature. There are just like really shitty people who decide that there's no reason not to do what they want to do when they want to do it.
Yeah, they tell them don't.
That's it's. You're never going to fully eliminate it. But like they say, why let the perfect be the enemy of the good?
Mm-hmm. Oh, haven't heard that. I like that.
Yeah.
Could I? I'm just going to circle back to what you were saying about those videos. The videos that are, permit Patty and these people calling police, and then these, people, telling people to go back to their country or whatever. I just want to point out that there are a lot of these viral videos right now are catching people being economically anxious.
Yeah.
Just a lot of economically anxious people out there.
Wow. Yeah. Bravo.
And the hits just keep on coming. Yes, they do.
On a semi-related note, something I was...
1, 2, 3 racists in the video.
Something I was thinking about last night, because, I went to an open mic, and that's the kind of place where when you're a comedian, you just try and spend the whole time thinking about anything else. And, like when there's a major sporting championship, like the World Series or, the Super Bowl or, the NBA Finals, they print up T-shirts, championship T-shirts for both teams. And then whichever team loses, like NBA Finals, someone made a shitload of Cavaliers, 2018 World Champions T-shirts because they needed to have them ready just in case. But then when they lost,